Welcome to This Week in East Brunswick. Today we visit the Elliott Taubenslag Theater at Playhouse 22 for Theater Fest, a 2-day weekend event featuring original one-acts, little-known pieces, musical acts, and much more. Then we welcome Al Nygren, the executive director and curator of the New Jersey International Film Festival, to the studio for a Filmmaker interview with the producer of a documentary about legendary E Street saxophone player Clarence Clemons. We celebrate the seniors on the East Brunswick High School varsity boys tennis team and drop in on a bicycle rodeo at Warnsdorfer Elementary School, sponsored by Keep Middlesex Moving. All this, plus we have information about the upcoming Polish Heritage Festival taking place at the Middlesex County Fairgrounds this June. So stay with us. This Week in East Brunswick starts now.
Hello again, everyone. This is Adam Neary with Playhouse 22. Today we're at the theater as we present Theater Fest 2019, which is a 2-day original theater fest including one-acts, little-known pieces, as well as master classes on fight choreography, as well as scenic design. We have an awards-winning scenic designer today giving up a presentation on what inspires her to get on that side of the stage, as well as some musical acts throughout the day. It's been, we started at 11:30 this morning. We're going to be finishing up 11:30 tonight, and the same thing tomorrow. So it's 2 days of original theater right here in East Brunswick. Let's take a look.
I see you bouncing like a little pinball between 0 and 1. So what is it? Hey, you tell me.
It's your garbage, Mrs. Caraway.
What is House Call about?
Well, House Call is it's essentially a two-person play. It's a woman who's having coffee on a Saturday morning, early on a Saturday morning, and there's a knock on the door. And she's reluctant to answer it, but when she answers it, she finds out that it's the sanitation man. And she doesn't really want to let him come in, and she doesn't know what he's here for. He says he's here for disposal day. And he comes in, and he turns out to be very literate, very intelligent, and gradually, although she's reluctant to have him in and she's a little bit sarcastic with him, he gradually takes over the play. I won't tell you any more about it, otherwise it would give away the ending.
You are?
I'm Abe, Mrs. Caraway.
Oh, let me guess. We laid out our sticks facing in the wrong direction, and you're here to set us straight.
Mrs. Caraway, the day is at hand.
Pardon?
Disposal day?
Oh, of course. The national holiday, a time for all Americans to say thank you to our sanitation workers.
Now, Fred, what inspired you to write this?
Pretty much what inspires me on any play that I write, I just had a picture or an idea about a woman answering the doorbell on a Saturday morning and thinking it was a sanitation man there to collect money, and being completely surprised at the sanitation man being far more literate and intelligent than she'd thought about. And then I sit down and I start to write, and actually the play, when things get going, sort of dictates itself to me.
To the old high journey, think guard. To adorn, make ready the way of the Lord.
One other question. You've been a long-time performer on stage.
Yes.
How long have you been a playwright?
2016 was the first time I wrote a play.
And what inspired you to be a playwright? Why go from one side of the stage to the other side of the stage?
Yeah, well, I was an English major in college, and I've always kind of wanted to write. And after I'd been performing in a number of plays, I said, well, playwriting is really good. I mean, you've got, it's all dialogue, and dialogue is the most important thing to me in fiction. So that's how it grew. And as a matter of fact, you're mentioning being a performer. I perform as Ebenezer Scrooge each year here for A Christmas Carol. And when I was writing House Call, about halfway through it, all of a sudden I got a vision of the guy who plays the sanitation man, and it's the guy who plays Marley's ghost in A Christmas Carol. But from that point on, he was the one who was in my head when I was writing it.
Well, thank you, Fred, for being part of Theater Fest 2019. And,
Thank you, Adam.
And we look forward to seeing more works from you.
Okay.
My husband!
Otherwise, it might be something of a scandal.
Put him down this instant!
Painting scenery. I love painting scenery, and over the years I've done, here's a production I did here, Amadeus. That's one of my paintings I actually have in my house. It's something that has always been special for me to do. So when I paint something, I hopefully give it a look that sets the mood for the play, for the director. In general, this is ultimately the success of a set can be achieved by the lighting designer, the costume designer, the set designer, the technicians involved, and it's so important that I hope that having a set that works well for the actors looks absolutely exciting for the audience.
I'm now with Lisa Black, who is a co-writer on Dead Reckoning, and she was also a performer. Tell us about Dead Reckoning.
Well, Dead Reckoning started as a result of an email that Fred sent to me saying we should write a play about going to the wrong funeral. So Fred and I have written a number of plays together, and so this was one of the more recent ones. And so we started with that basic idea, and then we had to make it more interesting. You couldn't just have people go to the wrong funeral, so then it evolved into the husband giving the eulogy, and then finding out that there was some miscommunication between the deceased person and the husband's wife, and so we had to make it interesting and funny. When Fred and I write, Fred writes more serious plays, and so when the two of us write together, we generally write more comedies.
Yes.
Now, you were in your piece, right?
Yes.
And
yes.
directed it, too.
And directed it.
So how do you compartmentalize those things? How can you be able to take your piece and be in it at the same time?
It's a challenge, and as a general rule, I don't like to be in the plays that I direct because then you don't get a vision of how it looks on stage. But this was a piece that Fred and I had such a good time writing and had gone back and forth so much with the dialogue that I was excited to have the opportunity to act in it. So at least as a playwright, I kind of know what my lines are supposed to be. And then having the opportunity to direct, then as the playwright, you get to actually make what you see in your head actually happen on stage.
Well, again, Lisa, thank you very much for joining us at Theater Fest this year.
Thank you.
And we look forward to seeing more works from you as well.
Thank you very much. And we're very grateful to Theater Fest
Yes.
for giving us the opportunity to perform our one-act plays.
Yes.
Thank you.
These are for you.
So you didn't get the job. Did you wear the clothes I laid out for you? Did you read the pre-interview instruction manual? Did you follow the directions of the map app? I didn't think so. Just put them on the counter.
Really?
Mark, you have told me countless times how much easier life would be if it came with an instruction manual. That even when the directions are right in front of you, you can't follow them.
I guess, I don't know, I'm a little bit tired.
So am I, Mark.
Been kind of a rough day.
Yes, it has. You didn't wear the tie I laid out for you. You have toothpaste all over your face. You did not follow the directions of the interactive map app I gave you for your birthday. You abused the map app. You didn't prepare for your interview, and now you have given me probably the single most depressing floral arrangement ever confected.
Hello everyone, it's Al Nygren, Executive Director and Curator of the New Jersey International Film Festival here today. We have a wonderful filmmaker interview series and we have a very special guest who I'll introduce to you in a second, but I wanted to mention to you that the International Film Festival will be taking place on June 1st, June 2nd, June 7th, 8th, and 9th. There'll be screenings at 7 p.m. on June 1st and June 7th. And on the other days, there'll be screenings at 5 p.m. and 7 p.m. We have about 12 visiting artists coming that will be doing question and answer sessions at the end of the screenings. And we have a wonderful program lined up for you. We have 20 films that were selected from close to 500 entries from around the world. That means 4% of the films that we received will be screening, so the creme de la creme. And so come and check us out. We'll be at Voorhees 105, which is on the Rutgers University campus in New Brunswick, New Jersey, at 71 Hamilton Street. General admission is $12, $10 for students and seniors. And if you want to buy tickets in advance, you can do so. They're $14 in advance, and you can get that information at our website, which is njfilmfest.com. You can also call us at 848-932-8482. Today we have a very special guest, the director of a very special film, and it's called Clarence Clemons, the very famous Clarence Clemons, the sax player for Bruce Springsteen's band. And the subtitle of the film is Who Do I Think I Am? And the producer of the film is Joseph Amadei. Yep. He's also the head of his own production company as well as distribution company, Virgil Films. And he's here to talk about this wonderful film. Welcome.
Thank you.
So Joe, tell us, how did you get involved in making this film? I know you're a Springsteen fan.
Springsteen fan just about all my life, and years ago, Clarence was still alive, and there was another version of this film called Who Do I Think I Am that was playing the Garden State Film Festival. And I saw that Clarence was going to do a Q&A, and I saw that the director was going to be there, and I had my distributor hat on at the time, and I drove down to Asbury Park, ended up meeting that night with Nick Mead, the director of the film, and Clarence Clemons, and that film ran somewhere around 45, 50 minutes, and I asked both of them, do you have more footage to turn this into a 90-minute feature-length film? And they said, yeah, we have 50 to 100 hours. And bam, light bulb went off. So I said, why don't we turn this into a feature-length film and try to get it out? And we did. We signed some contracts, did all the legal paperwork, and then 5 weeks in, Clarence passed away. And so what do? We had to totally change directions on where the film, was going to end up being, and we felt let's make a tribute to Clarence, almost like a love letter, not a straight, documentary, he was born here, even though all of that's in it, but, let's dwell a little bit more on Clarence's spiritual side, because that was such a big part of them. Nick Mead, the director, had already made this beautiful film that really dealt with a trip to China that Nick and Clarence had made, where Clarence kind of finds his own spiritual calling. And that was a beautifully made, beautifully shot film, and so we used that as our base, and then Nick and I built around that. Like most documentaries, things get in the way while you're making them, and a lot of things got in the way, but we finally finished it this year, and I'm very, very proud of it, and really proud of the work that Nick has done.
Yeah, and I think you can see the film, which obviously all the interviews that you see in the film were added to this version.
Yes.
And I guess when I watched the film, I liked very much the way that you decided to shoot them in black and white. I mean, almost all the interviews are in black and white, and the idea of race is a very important subject that occurs at the very beginning of the film, and that is an emphasis. Was that something that you consciously did?
It was something that Nick consciously did, and I was against. I always think about selling films, and black and white, as much as I love black and white on a personal level, is almost a kiss of death. So when he told me he wanted to do the interviews in black and white, I said, you're crazy. And that's why I'm a producer and he's a director.
Yeah, and I think
he was right.
But I absolutely agree with Nick. Sorry, Joe. But
no,
he was right. And I like the way that you use the radio dial as the way to transition from the interview, where you go from a kind of monochrome to color for the archival stuff. And
once again, that's Nick.
Yeah, and well, Nick was obviously also a feature filmmaker.
Nick has made a couple films. He met Clarence on a film called Swing that he directed some years ago, and they became best friends. But he's done Bank Robber with Patrick Dempsey and a couple other films. And sure, yeah, he's been working.
And how did you hook up with him? I mean,
I met him in Asbury Park that night.
At that night.
Yeah, I just found him, and we kind of, it's the type of relationship that you meet somebody and you instantly connect, and And I'm glad we did, because again, it was a very, very long journey, you know.
Yeah. Well, how long was the journey?
Started when Clarence
4
was
years
alive,
ago.
so that's 5-6 years ago.
Wow.
Yeah, a long time.
And to get into Cannes. So what were the main obstacles to making the film?
Most of them were financial. There was some personal stuff that happened to Clarence's family that was involved in the film.
I see.
And everything just delayed things.
Right.
But you know, Nick stayed at it, I stayed at it through it all, and we're very lucky that we were able to finish it.
Yeah, so I guess maybe we can tell the
Sure.
audience a little bit more about the film's construct. I mean, it doesn't really go, well, he was born. I mean, it does say where he was born, but you don't really dwell on that too much.
Yeah.
Does the film concentrate on his career?
The film really concentrates on the essence of Clarence, which was really spiritual. The thing that amazed me the most throughout the entire making of this film is, you know, I knew Clarence as the big man on stage, like we all do, and we all know there's more to that. And Bruce has said it, you know, in his book and on Broadway, that's one part, and it's not even the real part, you know.
Right.
So, but everybody that we interviewed and everybody that we met, Clarence's friends, family members, bandmates, they all said the same thing, that they loved him.
Yeah.
I mean, but really loved him, even though he had his own, you know,
Idiosyncrasies.
his own idiosyncrasies, they loved him, and for a whole lot of different reasons. And even people that we met along the way that aren't in the film said the same thing.
Yeah.
And that's, you know, and that's all spiritual, you know. And that's about, so it's about his journey, but the reality is it's about his journey off of the stage and away from E Street. When I met Clarence, within 5 minutes, he said, "Are you doing this because you want to meet Bruce Springsteen?" And I said, "Well, I'm not going to lie to you. I would love to meet Bruce Springsteen. Everybody would love to meet, you know, Bruce Springsteen. Anybody who lives in New Jersey would love to, you know. But that's not why I'm doing this. You know, I want to do this because, one, I would love to work with you, and two, I think we have something here." He was very adamant that this was not an E Street film. That's why, you know, Bruce is in the film, but he's not interviewed. And
that's true.
Stephen's not interviewed, or, you know.
Yes, but there's a lot of notable people. Like, I know we only have a little bit of time left, but President Clinton is in there. And that's
the president.
My favorite, Nils Lofgren, is in there, Joe Walsh, and there's so many wonderful
people. And Jay
people.
Clemons is fantastic in it.
Absolutely. And I want to tell our viewers a little bit more about the screening. It's going to be taking place on Friday, June 7th at 7 p.m. in Voorhees Hall, room 105. On the Rutgers University campus in New Brunswick, New Jersey at 71 Hamilton Street. You want information on how to get tickets, you go to njfilmfest.com and work your way down the bottom of the page for the general information. There's plenty of free parking right next to the space in university lots, and Joe will be there to take questions. So please come and join us.
Come see us.
Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you. Thank you for having us.
The East Brunswick High School varsity boys tennis team recently celebrated Senior Day before a home match.
Hello, I'm Bill Neary. I'm the Executive Director of Keep Middlesex Moving. Today we're at Warnsdorfer School for our first bike rodeo in East Brunswick. KMM has been for years doing bike rodeos throughout the county in different ways, teaching kids bike safety, making sure the bikes are inspected right, making sure the helmets fit them the proper way. We're happy to be working with East Brunswick Public Safety Department and with the Recreation Department to make this program really successful. As you look around the parking lot, you see lots of kids and lots of parents. We have the Youth Council volunteering time with the hydration stations and teaching safety. It's been a good day for a bike rodeo, but at the same time, Keep Middlesex Moving will continue to work ways to try and encourage people not to drive a car by themselves, to reduce traffic congestion, and to improve air quality. So next time we have a bike rodeo, I hope the day is as beautiful as this. The first one was rained out. This is our rescheduled one. It's looking like it's really good and very popular. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Anthony Paika for East Brunswick TV, and today we're here to talk about the upcoming Polish Heritage Festival. Joining me in studio is Teresa, David, and Magdalena. Welcome. So Teresa, tell me a little bit about what the Polish Heritage Festival actually is.
Well, this is the 46th Polish Heritage Festival in East Brunswick, New Jersey, on 655 Cranberry Road in East Brunswick. It's June the 9th. It's going to be a lot of Polish singers, entertainment, a lot of Polish food, and it's going to start with mass at 10 o'clock a.m. And from that point on to 6 o'clock, it's going to be a lot of fun.
And David, I understand we're going to have a variety of vendors at the Heritage Festival. Can you talk about that?
Yes, there will be plenty of vendors this year. Food vendors, there's a lot of Polish types of foods, pierogi, everyone knows about, kielbasa, Polish baked goods, kruszczyki, pączki. And there are also going to be merchandise vendors, which is going to have jewelry. Special type of jewelry in Poland is bursztyn, that's amber. And Polish shirts, Polish soccer gear, all types of Polish red and white colors. Also, we're going to have the car show, which is classic cars. We have about 100, 150 cars, and they have a bunch of prizes they could win. They actually have trophies, so whoever's interested in that. Entrance is $10 to the festival. At the gate, they're going to be sold.
And also children 12 and under are free.
Yes.
And speaking of children, Magdalena, I understand there's going to be children's activities throughout the day?
Yes, I will be running a kids talent show, and please everyone step by and say hi. You can sign your kid for a talent show, and we're gonna have like soccer training run by Matthew, and it's gonna be a lot of fun for kids, and join us.
So Teresa, I understand there's also scholarships are involved as part of the Polish Heritage Festival?
Yes, we are giving 10 scholarships for $1,000 each, and the application was ended unfortunately on April 30th, but whoever was interested, they go on a website, polfest.com, and print out the application and send it in, and good luck.
So this is something maybe for next year's festival that they can
next year festival they could do it, yeah. That helps a lot of Polish youth.
David, just to reiterate, when is the festival again? Where is it going to be?
The festival is going to be Sunday, June 9th. It starts at 10 a.m. with a mass, and it's going to be from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. After the mass, around 12 o'clock, there's going to be plenty of food. You could have lunch, Polish food. You could smell it from miles away. Also, there's going to be entertainment. Polish history, this is mainly for Polish heritage. So the Polish history is going to be Battle of Jasna Góra. So they have different types of armor and swords, and they actually do battle scenes. So that's another thing to look forward to of Polish history.
And we're gonna have a DJ, DJ Daniel. It's gonna be entertainment all after the mass, after 11 o'clock. It's gonna be all entertainment. It's gonna be we're gonna have Adam Chrola, which is the famous Polish singer, And then Winston Brand and Junior Tomek is another DJ, is Junior Tomek Poplovsky, and he's a very good DJ. And it's going to be a lot of dancing. And
so it sounds like a great event for all ages. And it's not just for Polish Americans. You know, I think everyone in the community will find something to enjoy, right?
We invite everyone to see our culture and the tradition, and join us for good food, for great music, and just spend time with family and friends outdoors. I think you're gonna have fun.
We also invite for vendors, any type of vendors. It's not just Polish vendors. So we have Greek food, we have Italian food, we have ice cream, so all types of food, cotton candy, pretzels.
So something for everyone.
Something for everyone.
Thank you so much, all three of you, for coming in today. And again, for EBTV, I'm Anthony Paiko, and we hope to see you out at the Polish Heritage Festival this summer.
The next time you come to the Municipal Center, remember, there's more to do than just pay a bill or drop off a library book. Take a stroll around the municipal pond. Many people come to get in their steps on the walking path or just watch the fountain and geese swimming around. You might even stop at the Little Free Library and borrow a book as you take in the scenery. Do you have an old tattered flag that you want to retire? Bring it with you to the flag drop-off near the municipal building. Between the library, senior center, and municipal building is the municipal courtyard. It's a great place to relax and catch a concert during the summer months. The grounds also have a reading garden, memorial garden, East Brunswick's 9/11 Memorial, and Veterans Park, where each year Memorial Day and Veterans Day ceremonies are held. So remember, the next time you visit the Municipal Center, there's much more to see and do.